Yo. All right, man. So y'all let me know if y'all can hear me loud and clear. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me loud and clear, man. Put a one in the chat, man. If this mic sounds if it sounds as phenomenal as I think it does, y'all put a one in the chat, man. I appreciate y'all being in the joint, man. Now, the way the setup is, my camera's over here, my laptop is over here. Yeah, wish I could have caught that one. So my camera's here, my laptop's over there. My mic is right here in front of me. So when I'm talking to you, I'm going to be talking to you here, but whenever I look at the chat, I'm going to look away. This is just what my setup is right now. Still trying to get it together, man. This mic is the Shure MV7X. I have the Shure SM7B over there. But I wanted to try this one first because my SM7B is really going to be my podcast mic. My podcast studio is upstairs. Also, I have the Electro Voice RE20 coming in, and if it's better than this one, then I'm just going to use this one. Say like when I have a little shawty over, man, and she want and put her on a podcast or whatever. Otherwise, man, we're gonna keep it going. We've also got the Tascam Mixcast 4 here, so we can do introducing the one and only Dr. BOA or King Ray Ray. When you guys come through, we can also you guys drop off the super chat, man. We can do the so we got a few effects here, man. Also, I can change the voice of the beta male simp mangina, man. So we're just gonna work with it a little bit. In the meantime, man, I'm trying to perfect the space more than anything. Cause I just felt like you guys have been supporting for so long, man, that I need to upgrade the quality of the sound that I'm giving you. And it's high time for me to do that. Just so you guys know your donations are going to a good place, man. This is a $2,500 setup right here. You know what I'm saying? All right, man. So we got Big Mo in the building. What's good, Big Mo? Markel, what up? What up? Shola, what's good, man? I see you. Royalty, what's good, bro? I see you in the building, man. Let's get the people. We're gonna get the people maybe 2 minutes to get in here, man, and then we're gonna go ahead and go in. Appreciate y'all being in the joint, man. It's been super real in the field. And right now, I may change the setup a little bit, but this is just how it is now. So also, if I hit the table, man, you don't get that boom bap in the mic. So I've also got this mic on a mobile boom arm, which is very heavy duty. It's got this huge heavy weight on the back of it, man. So we're gonna keep it moving, man. Kazan Clan, what's good, brother? Good to see you in the building, man. Good to see you in the building. Otherwise, man, we're gonna work with what we got, man, because the content is key. All right, we're gonna give everybody another minute to get in here, man, and we're gonna go ahead and do it. One more minute. Hope everybody been having a bango week so far, man. It is hump day, hump day, hump day. Rayshard Smith, appreciate the dollar super chat, man. The $2 super chat, rather. We'll join this page soon. Can't wait to let me put it up on the screen. We'll join this page soon. Can't wait till tonight's show. Yeah, tonight's show gonna be phenomenal, man. And tomorrow, man, y'all tune into tomorrow's show. We're gonna talk about DJ Envy and how his wife has been faking being pleased by him for 10 plus years in their marriage, man. So we're gonna talk about that. And we're also going to, and on Friday's show, rather, we're going to end the week with a show about Claire Huxtable versus the Megan Thee Stallion type. And we're going to see if either one of those prototypes is really the wifey type that the modern alpha man, the modern man who's taking care of himself and put himself in the best position to win wants to see or wants to have as his wife. So we got some great shows on the BOA channel, man. So y'all be looking forward to that. All right, we got Dame Diesel. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate the 5 bones. Salute, brothers. Salute to you as well, bro. Derek Reed, what's good, man? Appreciate the dub. Appreciate the dub. I appreciate you being in the joint, man. So, all right, let's get ready to do this, man. So today's topic came to me. I was doing a consultation with a guy, man, and he was so caught up in his past that he couldn't live his future. And he was focused, well, he couldn't live his present, rather. And he was focusing on his future. And what I was saying to him is, if you're going to focus on your future and your past, you're letting your present pass you by. You understand? I understand we've all had childhood trauma, but your childhood trauma is the only part of your life that's your parents' fault. Your childhood trauma is your parents' fault. Your adulthood drama is your fault. You don't have the right to use that as an excuse. Yes, you can use it as an excuse, but it's your life that you're going to be messing up when you use it as an excuse. No one wants to hear your excuse about what you went through as a child. There are people who didn't go through as much as you went through, and there are people who've gone through more than you went through. And all of those people are still putting themselves in the proper position to win. And that's what we must do. We must put ourselves in the proper position to win. Famo, salute. That is our job, to put ourselves in the best position to win. Now, I will say this. Your childhood is out of your control. It doesn't matter. Even if you don't have proper guidance, it's still out of your control because there's only so much you can do for yourself as a child. So I will grant you that. That's 100% the fault of your parents. How you were raised, how you turned out, the obstacles that you had to overcome in order to even reach adulthood. Notice I did say reach adulthood. So all the things that you had to deal with in order to reach adulthood, yes, those are the fault of your parents. Even if you made bad decisions young, it doesn't matter. You're still a child. You're making decisions based on what you were taught. But there comes a time in life where you start to have experience. And experience is that thing that shows you whether what your parents taught you was wrong or right, whether it was effective advice or ineffective advice, whether it was beneficial or detrimental to your overall growth and development. And I think that's one of the things that we need to keep in mind. You have to understand that childhood is out of your control, but adulthood is pretty much under your full control. You understand what I'm saying? Your adulthood is your responsibility. Every decision you make is based on what you want to do. You can decide to make something of yourself. You can decide to not be anything. You can decide to clean up your room. You ain't got to clean up. You can live in a pigsty. You can live outside. You can live in your car. You ain't got to have a car. You can do whatever you want to do. You could be homeless. You ain't even got to go nowhere. Here's the thing. Nobody's going to force you to take care of yourself. Nobody's going to force you to do the things that are beneficial to your life. As an adult, it's all on you. It's all on you. And you're going to have to wrap your mind around the concept that if you want this adult life to measure up the way it's supposed to measure up, then you're going to have to do everything in your power to overcome the childhood trauma that you keep blaming for your adulthood drama. That's what you have to do. Be real mahogany. Salute, salute. Appreciate you, man. Salute BOA. Salute Alpha. Your teachings have helped me forgive myself for my lack of understanding. I appreciate you, bro. Remember, this is the King Ray Ray channel. Appreciate the support, man. Now, let's talk about it. You got to think about it. Your past does not affect your present. Your past only affected the road you traveled to arrive at your present state of adulthood. That's all it affected. The road you traveled, the obstacles that were on that road, the insurmountable obstacles that you thought were on that road, all the detours you had to take on that road, the lack of direction that you took on that road, all of that is based on your childhood, just the path to adulthood. Once you become an adult, your childhood has no bearing on what you do moving forward. You have to deal with everything as it comes. You have to look at the situations that you're involved in, and you have to deal with them as they come. You have to make sure that you give yourself the very best opportunity to succeed in this life. And the only way you do that is by making sure that you don't allow the past to hold you back. See, here's the thing about the past. The past is history. The future is a mystery. Only what you do and say today can pave the way. Only what you do and say today can pave the way. If you say something today that's based on your past, or you do something today that's based on your past, then it's probably not going to be very effective in helping you build towards your future. The future is a mystery. How do you know it's a mystery? Because it's only affected by what you do today. What you experienced in your past does not affect your future. It affects what you do today. Now, what you do today affects your future, but you have to understand there's a difference between past, present, and future. And the only space in your life that you can properly affect is your present. What are you doing today to make a better way for yourself? What are you doing today to put yourself in a better space to win? What are you doing today to better equip yourself with the tools and jewels that you need in order to make the moves that you need to make in this particular life to put yourself in the position that you want to be in? What are you doing today to not let those obstacles keep holding you back? What are you doing today to keep those people from around you who are going to be detrimental to your growth? What are you doing today to stop those activities that you're doing that are detrimental to your growth and indeed, in fact, are causing you to regress in life? What are you going to do today? Because what you did yesterday only matters as it pertains to where it put you today. And what you do tomorrow doesn't even matter yet. You got to wake up first. You can have all the intentions you want to do something tomorrow, but you don't know if you're going to be here tomorrow. So the only day you can control is right now, today. Control this space. Don't waste this space complaining about yesterday. Don't waste this space worrying about tomorrow. This space is your space. Your time is now. So when I say don't waste time, why are you wasting today? It's the only time you got. It's not even about what you wasted before in the past. Today is the only time that you have. You have no more time. Today is it. And I want y'all to understand that. You don't have the right to waste time. It is your job to not waste time. Salute to the brothers in the building, man. Salute to the brothers in the building. Now, I will say this. Yes, there are some things from your past that are going to be heavier loads than other things. No matter what, you still have to overcome those things. You still have to put yourself in the best position to win. You still have to put yourself in the best position to achieve the things you need to achieve. You still have to put yourself in the best position to live the life that you've always dreamt of. And making excuses is never going to help anyone get anywhere. All excuses are you giving yourself a reason to be lazy? You giving yourself a reason to be unfocused. You giving yourself a reason to be undriven. You giving yourself a reason to be negative. You're giving yourself a reason to accept the plight of your current life. You're giving yourself a reason to hate on other people who are not wasting time worrying about their past. Yes, the past is a strong indicator of what you will become as an adult. But once you become an adult, every move you make, therefore, is there from there forward is a move that you make as an adult who can make whatever decision you want to make. The one thing we know, by the time we become adults, we know the things from our childhood that were good and the things that were bad. If we don't know nothing else, we understand good and bad from our childhood. And the bottom line is the things that were bad, the things that were meant to keep you from believing in yourself, just forget about those things. Because what you know more than anything is who you truly are. At this point, as adult, you know your true self. You absolutely know your true self. So you can't sit around and act like you don't know your true self. You can't sit around and act like somebody owes you something or someone needs to help you through your scenario. Man, life is not going to give you anything. You have to appreciate the fact that you are where you are and start from there. Think about this. If you're on level 5 as an adult, but you're on level 0 as a child, why would you be focusing on level 0 when you already passed it? You don't have to get over those things. You're already over them. You got to get over letting those things hold you back. You got to get over using those things as an excuse. You got to get over using those things as a reason to not get out here and achieve the things you know you need to achieve. Those things are not affecting you. Your outlook on those things are affecting you. Your willingness to allow those things to keep you from moving forward. And you know why? It's because you're afraid. You're so afraid that you're going to be able to navigate this society and navigate this world and become a success in spite of your upbringing, in spite of the environmental things that you had to deal with coming up. You are still in a headspace where you're telling yourself you're not going to make it because you don't think you deserve to. But the bottom line is the only people who deserve to make it are the ones who really get out here and put in work now, today, not tomorrow. And that's the reality of it, man. I'll tell you another thing. Once you got to adulthood, the past could only serve as either motivation or an excuse. Why isn't the past that you've gone through motivating you? Once you get out here in adult life and you realize that you can accomplish things, when you realize that no one can hold you back, when you realize that the things you set your mind to are yours to accomplish, how can you let the past hold you back? Why aren't you using this motivation? Because it's motivation. You don't even have to listen. You don't have to turn it into motivation. It already is motivation. When you think about all the things you made it through, man, you're still here. When you think about all the things you had to navigate and you're still here, when you think about all the obstacles in human form and in inanimate object form that were put in place to keep you from getting here, guess what? You're still here. Has anybody ever told you you weren't gonna make it to 16? When I was 12, man, the consensus in my neighborhood was that I wouldn't make it to be 16. Guess what? I made it to be 16. Guess what the next consensus was? He won't make it to be 21. Guess what? I made it to be 21. Took the vow to Nazarite at 21. The rest is history. Now, some of those same people who were talking, their children are addicts, alcoholics. Some of them are not here anymore. Some of them are in prison for the rest of their lives. You understand? And some of them did so much time in prison that they never could come out and acclimate to the world out here. So I didn't let people tell me, hey, you're not going to be able to do what you're supposed to do. When God called me to take the vow to Nazarite, I didn't say, well, no, I didn't do what Moses did. I didn't say, well, no, God, why me? Who am I? You know, the things I've done in my life. You know, I was a dirt dauber. I poisoned my people to make money. I did a bunch of things. Hey, I was a player. I was a P. I was a bunch of things out there, Lord. Why are you picking me? I didn't. I ain't let none of that. I said, wait a minute. Even in spite of all of that, you still want to pick me? Man, I ran to the vow to Nazarite quick. The next day I started. When he said, man, open this book and read it from cover to cover and apply it to your life as you go, man, I jumped into it. I was like, wait a minute. Let me tell y'all something. If all the things I've done in my life, if I'm the same man who was when he was a kid, people said he wouldn't make it to be 12, then he wouldn't make it to be 16, then he wouldn't make it to be 21. And here I am right now, grown man in my 40s, man, sitting here talking to y'all right now. Don't you tell me that your past gonna hold you back, that it's something to hold you back. If God will accept me with the past that I had, boy, you ain't got no reason to sit and tell yourself that you can't make it. You ain't got no reason to sit and tell yourself that your past is too much for you to overcome. I can't overcome my past, Dr. BOA. I wish I could, but I can't overcome it. I can't overcome it. As long as you got a heartbeat, you can overcome whatever you need to overcome. Whatever you need to overcome. And I don't want to hear no bullshit. You can overcome whatever you need to overcome. Stop playing games with yourself. Stop telling yourself what you can't do. Your life is your kingdom. When they sound the trumpets for the king arrival, you show up. It's your life. It's your kingdom. You're the king of it. Stop holding yourself back, man. Because your past ain't holding you back. You're holding yourself back and using the past as a scapegoat to keep holding yourself back. Cut that foolishness out, man. SJ3, my brother, salute. Cut that foolishness out, man. See, you got to understand this. No one else owes you any sympathy nor empathy for your experiences. We've all had experiences. I don't care about your experiences. I had my own to overcome. If I overcame my experience, man, I'm still looking at you crying about yours, man. I'm looking at you, man, like, man, you got to stop being weak. You got to build yourself, man. You got to think of yourself as more than somebody. Oh, life is so hard. Life done beat me up. It don't matter how long, man. Let me tell you something, man. You got to understand this. The majority of my consultations are with men who are older, who have lived their lives for 30, 40, sometimes 50 years, not being who they're supposed to be. And you know what the excuse is? Well, this is what I was raised to be. Okay, you were raised to be something, but what have you seen out here in the world once you got out here? Whatever you were raised to be. If you grew up in the hood wanting to be a hustler, well, when you became an adult, what did you realize? There's only two ways that ends. You're not hardly going to be the one who makes it in and out of the game. You're going to end up in a grave or in a cell. You know that. So why keep doing that? That's the perfect example to give you. Why are you still doing things that life has shown you don't work and blaming the past for it? No one cares about you blaming the past, man, for the things that you've done. You got to stand up and be a man about these scenarios, bro. You got to. Because I don't care. I'm not going to sympathize with your plight. If you're a grown man, you've been out here in the world, man, living life, man, life done showed you some things that you're just ignoring. Let me tell you something. Ignorance is no excuse. Now, I will say this. Building yourself into the person you know you should be is a very tedious task, even if you had an amazingly perfect upbringing. Those who had two parents in the household, plenty of money, never had to worry about where a meal was going to come from, never had to deal with any of the things that guys in the inner city may have to deal with, or guys who are in an impoverished situation have to deal with. If you had a perfect life, it's still a very tedious task to become the person that you know you should be. So I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but what I'm saying is it's impossible to fail at life if you put in work today until tomorrow becomes today, and then put in work again today. You understand what I'm saying? Forget about the past, forget about the future, because one day the future is going to be the present. Let me tell y'all something. The past is irrelevant. The future one day is going to be the present. Today is the present. So the one part of life you shouldn't be paying any attention to is the past. And the only part of life you should be focusing on is the present. Because as long as you focus on the present, you are focusing on the future. Because the future becomes the present. The present never becomes the future. The present all automatically turns into that thing that we don't need to think about. You understand what I'm saying? So the present is all you can think about. Today is Wednesday, April 20th. Today is Wednesday, April 20th, 2022. Why are you thinking about Thursday, April 21st, 2022? You surely shouldn't be thinking about April 19th, 2022. Why? Because it's gone. And tomorrow, today will be gone. So focus all of your effort, all of your energy on what you can do today. Do you know how much you can accomplish if you take 100% of your effort, energy, focus, determination, grind, and willpower and put it on today? Do you know how much you can accomplish every single day if you focus on that one day? Just that one day. Don't focus on any other days. There are no other days. Today is the only day. Some people aren't going to wake up tomorrow, so today is their last day. Some people just got the epiphany of life today, so today is their first day. Some people just came out of the womb today. So you have to understand, some people didn't make it to today. So the only time that matters to them was yesterday, when yesterday was the present. Don't focus on, man, the greatest piece of information I could ever give you, man, is to focus on the present. Focus on today. Man, I don't care nothing about tomorrow. I don't care nothing about tomorrow. Do I have things on my planner? Yes, I have things in my planner, but those things are in my planner. I'm not doing anything today to worry about those things. Today, I have things I need to focus on today. Today is only about becoming the best version of yourself, and whatever that means, and psychologically, mentally, financially, emotionally, physically, spiritually, it's about becoming the best version of yourself. That's our duty to ourselves every day of our lives, to become the best version of ourselves. And if you focus on that, it'll turn you into who you need to be instantly, man. This is not about wasting time. You ain't got no time to waste. Put in the chat if you know for sure you're going to live to be 100 years old. Anybody who know for sure, if you know for sure you're going to live to be 100, put it in the chat. Anybody who know for sure you're going to live to be 50, put it in the chat. The only way you know you're going to live to be 50 is if you already 50. You understand what I'm saying? That's how serious it is about focusing on today, because all you can do is leave the best version of yourself behind. When you're gone, you got to be the best version of yourself. On your last day here, the one thing you should be able to say is, I am the best version of myself. We should all be able to say that. Now, I'll tell you this as well. If you learned life-changing lessons from your past, how bad could it really be? If you learn anything from your past that made you a better person, that made you a better version of yourself, that made you smarter, made you wiser, made you richer, made you more patient, that made you more spiritually astute, If you learned anything from your past that gave you any of those manifold blessings, how can it be? How bad can it really be? How many of you men can look back on your past and say, I ain't learned nothing from my past. My past messed up my whole life. I didn't learn a thing. How many of you men can say that? I just want to know how many men can say that. How many men can say, my past messed me up. It didn't do nothing for me. I wish I would. My past ain't do nothing. Just messed me all the way up. Help me understand, man. I just want to know. I just want to know. It ain't no big deal. I just want to know. Because see, the reality of the scenario is that your life is your life is not that. That's not your life. In your life, you need to do the things that are absolutely necessary for you to become the best version of yourself. And so any lesson that you ever got for that is an absolute blessing. There is no curse. There is no negativity in a lesson. A lesson is a blessing. Johnny B, appreciate the dub. A much needed message for a lot of us men. King Ray Ray and Mike Sound 5. Salute to you, bro. I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all support, man. So, when you think about these things, man, you have to stop viewing everything from the negative. Always view everything from the positive first. I never view anything from the negative first, man. Never. Now, I have in the past, but we ain't talking about the past. We talking about the present. Man, I never view anything from the negative. Never. I always not negative first. I always view everything from the positive first. When you view things from the positive first, some of those negative things that you would have viewed if you had viewed it first they're irrelevant. They don't even exist. They don't even exist. Like I use Gucci Mane for a perfect example, man. Here's a man who look at this past life. Look at this past life. And look at this current life. And look at his wife. Yeah, she already has a child, already has children. But look what she did for him when he was down in the dumps, when he was at his worst. What did she do for him? She showed him that she was the one person in life he could rely on, the one person who, when he was down, the one person that he treated badly, who still was going to hold him down. In that case, you got to overlook some of those things that we hold dear to heart. You have to overlook some of those things because that is more important. And the reality of the scenario is this, man. I say this to you, men. Build and maintain your relationship with God if you really want to gain laser focus on your chosen path. If you really want to gain laser focus on your chosen path, then you got to build and maintain your relationship with God, man. You have to. You have to. Now, are there men who have attained a level of financial success without even having a relationship with God? Yes. Anybody can do that. I mean, listen, some of the most evil actions in the world can lead to a payoff. You know what I'm saying? You think a hitman don't get paid? Yeah, he does. Paid a lot too. So the reality of the scenario is, that's just how it is. But what we're talking about is laser focus on your chosen path. We're talking about that path that has your peace of mind on it. Many people don't have peace of mind. They got a lot of money, but they don't have peace of mind. They got plenty of paper, but no peace of mind. Got plenty of people around, but no peace of mind. And the reality is, we don't want that. The only way to have laser focus is to have peace of mind. You can't have laser focus if your peace of mind is being compromised because you're too busy hunting for peace. If you're hunting for peace, you can't have laser focus on anything else. When you're hunting for peace, whether you know it or not, you have laser focus on finding your peace. And I think a lot of us don't understand that. You have laser focus on hunting your peace. Another thing I say is this, man. You only have one life to live. Only one. You only have one life to live. So stop wasting time focusing on the days that are already gone. I'm quite sure your parents did their best, no matter what their situation was. I'm sure they did their best with whatever demons they were dealing with, whatever mindset they had, with whatever trauma from the past they were dealing with. Maybe no one ever told them to let the past be the past. Maybe they carried those burdens from the past into their adult lives, and maybe they carried them on forever. Maybe they still carry them now if they're still here. And you got to keep in mind, that's just one of the things you have to remember. You have to understand as an adult that you have no idea what the adults in your childhood were going through, man. You never know what kind of trauma they were dealing with. But we as adults, we all have seen situations where people have dealt with enough trauma that made them give up on life. And so you never know if the people in your life, your parents were borderline ready to give up on life. So whatever they were able to give you, whatever they were able to teach you, whatever they were able to show you, then you got to appreciate that. And you got to stop holding grudges against people from the past, man. Because anytime you hold a grudge against someone in the past, you're stuck in the past. A grudge is an emotional attachment to a situation. A negative emotional attachment to a situation is let's just keep it a buck. An angry emotional attachment to a situation is what a grudge is. And so if you're holding a grudge, then you got to remember, man, you're stuck in that space. You're emotionally and spiritually and mentally stuck in that space. And that's just not anywhere you want to be, man. That's counterproductive to whatever you want to be in life. It just doesn't measure up at all. In my esteemed opinion, that doesn't measure up at all. And I say this, you got to take your time and do the thing that you need to do. You understand? You got to take your time and do the thing that you need to do. And if that's what you're going to do, then, you know, all of us have to understand that it's our responsibility to be who we need to be. It's our responsibility. It's no one else. I don't have to care anything about what you do. If I do, then it's my choice. It's because I just want to. I'm that type of man. I don't have to care anything about what happens to you. No one does. As an adult man, your parents don't even have to care what happened to you. No one owes you to care about you as an adult man, except for you. You owe it to yourself. So you should be focusing on the things that put you in the best position to win. And you shouldn't be focusing on anything else. Because as I said, your childhood may have been out of your control, but your adulthood is yours to build or destroy. It is yours to build or destroy. So which are you going to do? How are you going to take care of this scenario? How are you going to benefit yourself in a way that lets the world know that you have your own back? That lets you know you have your own back. It's up to you, man. And the reality is, regardless of however you do it, if you fail at life because you let the past hold you back, if you fail at life because you let the future cause you fear, the rest of us, our life still goes on. That's how serious this is. If you stall out in life, we don't care. We're not going to all say, well, he stalled out in life. Let's just stay there with him. Well, what are we doing here? Let's stay right there with this guy. Isn't this guy amazing? This is a phenomenal guy. Let's stay right here with him. Nope, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Why would we do that? Help me understand why we do that. We wouldn't. It doesn't make sense to do. And so as we talk more about this, we got to keep in mind that
the beta male simp mangina gonna come in here and say one thing. Y'all just better give up on life. Y'all better give up on life.
But us, we're not going to say that. Don't give up. Keep striving, keep grinding, keep growing. Keep building yourself into the best version of yourself. And you will always, always do the best you can today until tomorrow becomes today. Focus. Focus on everything you've learned. Use it to make today the best day you can. Because all today is a catapult. You know what a catapult is? Back in the day when they used to have war, they had these things, they tie them all the way back and they put big rocks or whatever on them, and then they cut the line and then just throw them over there to the enemy. That's what it is. You have to understand that today is just a catapult until tomorrow. It only goes to tomorrow. I don't care how strong your catapult is. Your catapult only throws you into tomorrow. All of us. The biggest, strongest catapult in the world only launches you into tomorrow. Now, here's the thing. What tools are you going to put on that catapult to throw into tomorrow with you? When you wake up tomorrow, what tools are you going to have from today? What tools are you going to move forward with? The whole purpose of life is to get the jewels and tools, to glean the jewels and tools from your experiences in order to make the process of your progress more efficient and effective every day, starting today. So look, man, I appreciate y'all coming through, man. King Ray channel, man. We back in the joint, man, trying to be a little bit more consistent with the kingdom of Ray. I appreciate it. Famo, salute. SJ, salute. I appreciate y'all brothers coming through with the donations, man. I'm gonna take a quick breather, a quick break, and I'll see y'all over on the BOA channel. I also got a piece of content I'm about to put up on the BOA channel where this chick, this professional chick, a therapist, she gave this guy a marriage ultimatum. If you don't marry me, I'm gonna move to Vegas. Man, y'all gotta wait and see what he did. It is going to be phenomenal. So I appreciate y'all being in the joint, man. Y'all put God first, keep grinding and growing. And as always, remember, man, this life is yours. It's yours, and you have to be the one to live it the way you need to live it. As long as you got a heartbeat, you got to keep it moving, man. So until we meet again in the kingdom, I'm out.